All right. We should be in our group. We should be live right now. Hello, everybody. Let me just make sure that we are in the correct spot, and we cannot wait to share with you. All right. Yep, I see us. Okay. So welcome, and thank you for joining us. This is actually our first sneak peek for the month of January. So our first sneak peek for 2021. And we really just want to tell you a little bit about ourselves and what coaching is all about. So my name is Lisa Humphrey. I am a teacher. I'm a mom of 3 crazy little kids. I am a coach, and I've been coaching for almost 6 years now. And it's something that changed my life in so many ways. And every time today that I was thinking like, oh, I need to make sure that I remember to say that. Like, I need to make sure that I remember that. I was like, oh, that's my favorite part about coaching. Like, that's my favorite part. That's my favorite part. And I just keep saying it because everything about it is freaking incredible. I had my first son 6 years ago, and I was gained so much weight, and I couldn't, for some reason, lose the weight. Like I would try, and then I couldn't, and I was so depressed. And I have no photos of us from that time. I have, can you see the screen still? Okay, hold on. Here we go. Sorry, guys. Okay. I have no photos of us from that time. I have like nothing. My husband was deployed in the Air Force, and it was just a really crazy time because although I was so happy to have my baby, I would work my full-time job as a teacher. I would work my after-school job as I was the director of the after-school program. And then it would be dark out. I would come home. I would pick up my kid from the babysitter, put him to bed, and do it again the next day. And that was it. Like for his first like 7 months, I was like, there's got to be something more to this. Like, I can't do this for the rest of my life. Like, there's no way that that's going to happen for me. So I knew that I had to make a change. I knew I had to get rid of this weight. And I started, my friend was posting about the 21-day fix. So I was like, all right, that sounds good. Let me try that out. And I tried it. I lost weight like instantly. I was like, this is amazing. I learned really great habits. I learned more about my nutrition than I ever did in my entire life. And now 6 years later, like I used to be back and forth in weight my whole life. And 6 years later now, and 2 more kids after the first one. And I'm finally in a spot where I'm not back and forth anymore. Like I'm staying right where I want to be because I'm consistent. And that's all what I've learned through this job. I was eventually able to quit my part-time job because I was making enough money to be able to stay home and work on my own terms and my own hours. And that's pretty much what I want out of this, is to be able to work when I want to work and be able to have my kids home with me, where I'm not rushing and trying to find babysitters, and I'm not dropping them off and never spending time with them. They're right alongside with me, which sometimes is a blessing and a curse all at once. So I would like to introduce Lauren to you.
Guys, Lisa, just before we continue,
Yes.
I can't see slides on my end, so I'm not sure if our people tuning in can see our intro slides either. I know Rach can't see them either, so and Jen can't see them either.
All right, so let's double check that. Well, that's a lot about me.
Yeah.
Let's see how we can fix that. Share. Oh, yep, got it.
There we go.
All right, hold on. That's why I couldn't see before. Okay. Hold on.
Perfect.
And you don't need to know technology to be a coach, obviously, but here we are trying to figure it out. After months of online learning, you would think by now that we have this down, but nope. All right, Lauren.
All right, guys. So my name is Lauren Carmen. It's funny, when I started the coaching journey, I introduced myself as a Beachbody believer, and everybody got a kick out of that because I've been doing this for a very long time, not the coaching part, but the Beachbody part. So I joined way back when Insanity came out, and I would do a program and I would get some results and I would fall off. And then I would see Lisa working hard and I would join another challenge group, and then I would fall off again. So I've been around for a while. Coaching is something very new for me. Um, I guess I can thank COVID for that, and my two babies. So when we got quarantined, I was ready. I was cleared to start working out after my second son. And there was Lisa again for me. She's my coach. And I said, you know what, let's go all in this time, and let's try and find that little bit of me time, sneak away from the boys a little bit, and find myself again. So that's why I went all in with coaching. And on top of that, I am a wife. I'm married to my high school sweetheart. I have two small boys. You can hear one in the background who is not sleeping yet. So yes, that's wonderful, right, guys? See, you can do it too. And I'm a full-time teacher coach. So I taught preschool for the past 14 years, and this past year I just switched hats to teacher coach. So a lot going on in my world, but coaching fits right in, and honestly, probably one of the best choices I've made in a really long time. It definitely has taught me a lot about myself. It's allowed me to push myself in ways that I didn't think that I could. And I mean, I didn't even have a Facebook until like 8 months ago, guys. So if you're not a technology person, like Lisa said, if you're not into Facebook's Instagram, it doesn't matter. You'll get there in your own time. It's a learn as you go business, and it really is what you want it to be. So I'm excited that you're all here to listen, and yay. I'm gonna pass it to Jen now.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us tonight. My name is Jen, and I've been a Beachbody coach since about May. Also not new to Beachbody. I did Insanity as well. I bought it bootlegged on eBay. I think it came from like China or something. The DVDs were like horrible. And it probably sat on my shelf for about 2 years before I decided to do it. Then I picked it up one day and I decided to do it, and I got amazing results. But I didn't know anything about the community side of Beachbody. I only knew the workout. I also didn't know anything about the nutrition side because of buying a bootleg version. But even just the workouts, I got really awesome results. But I think without the community and without the support from an awesome coach and a team and all of that, I never really stuck with it. Grew up an athlete my whole life, so I never really thought I needed like at-home workouts. I thought I could go to the gym and figure it out myself, and I always went back to the gym, and every time I went to the gym, I would go strong, and then I would fail, for lack of a better term. I would go to some classes, and then I wouldn't go, and then I would go back to the gym and try to do it on my own, and I would spend probably 2 hours trying to figure out routines to do, where I was wasting so much time at the gym. And I would just go on off, probably did every fad diet and other diets that I don't think are fad, like Weight Watchers and other things. I tried like everything. And then a few years ago, I actually started following Lisa, and who was also my coach, and I decided to do 80-Day Obsession. And I did very well with that as well. But then again, I fell off. Then came this past year, and I went through the hardest time of my entire life. And I got really, really, really depressed and put on so much weight. I became the heaviest I ever was, and it was just a horrible, vicious cycle. So here comes Lisa's posts again. And I was seeing her come up on my story, and I was like, Jen, you got to do something. Like you have to find something for you. You have to, first of all, be healthier, but you also have to be happier. So I started doing the workouts again, 80-Day Obsession, because it worked so well for me. And I did really well the first month with just the workouts, but my nutrition was still very terrible. And then a month into it, then we had the COVID lockdown, and I lost my part-time job. I have a full-time job and a part-time job. My part-time job is serving, obviously, so restaurants closed down. And I knew that there was an opportunity to coach, and I decided to go all in. And once I started coaching, I started focusing on my nutrition, and I started having immediate results. And to today, I am officially down 33 pounds. And I can honestly say Beachbody saved my life. So I'm going to pass it on to Rachel on that.
I always love rehearing your guys' stories. It like really warms my heart. Hi guys, I'm Rachel. Let me just think about where to begin first. So I started as a challenger. So I just started participating in the Beachbody program in May with Bar Blend. First I needed something for myself and I wasn't quite sure exactly what that was. But in April, May, I was like slipping into the lowest point I've ever experienced. I had a 2-year-old and a 8-month-old, and I just came off maternity leave. I'm a school counselor, to remote learning. So it was like this complete new way of working with these 2 little kids at home. And my husband is an administrator. So he was, home working and he was always crazy busy. And I just had no clue how to function. I just felt like I was failing at every aspect of my life. I'm the type of person, I guess I'm type A. I always feel like I have it pretty much together. And I was falling apart. And I just knew I needed to help myself. And as a school counselor, as somebody with a mental health background, I knew how important self-care was and I just didn't know how to do it. And then suddenly along comes my best friend, Lauren, who tells me she's going to go all in with Beachbody. And I knew her whole background with it. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll support you. So what do I got to do? And she became my coach and I don't know why I just did air quotes, but because I guess we are doing it together. And it was honestly the best decision I ever made and a decision I never, ever, 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 ever thought I would make because I was always one to love the workouts I was doing. Everything that I decided to do for myself, worked best for me and I knew it was best. And, I was so set in my ways, but going to a fitness center just wasn't possible. And I knew working out always made me feel good. And this was the only option I had right now. So let me be open-minded to it. I also was a person who never did shakes. I like to eat my food and I was just super closed-minded. But when you are at such a low point, you just have to try something different in order to make changes in your life. And I was honestly floored at how much better I felt. And then here comes along my coworkers. 3 weeks into Bar Blend, into this program, my coworkers, I'm working remotely, so they only can tell via Zoom sessions and texts, hey, you just seem so much different, better. What's going on? Everything's good at home. And I told them what I was doing. And then they were interested. And then within just a couple workouts, they started to feel better. And I'm like, holy crap, I need to share this with the world. So that's how my coaching journey started, because I saw immediate results, not only physically, but internally. It was exactly what I needed for myself. And then other people just kind of felt the changes within me. And then they started to feel better. So I just knew that every person could benefit from this. And then so I just stepped out of my comfort zone and I just dove right in 100% and I became a coach. And now even my husband's doing it. So I love the positive impact it has on myself and everyone around me. And my kids work out with me too. So they love it too. But who are we as coaches? So first of all, we're a team. We all help each other, support each other. We just the loyalty it's just undying and it's unconditional. And most of these people I've never even met in person. Jen, I talk to this girl literally every single day. We've never met in person. And I feel like we're such good friends. That's just the mindset that we all have. So, we're all like-minded. We all just click immediately because we all have very similar goals and we help each other reach them. There's people on our team, coaches on our team who are full-time employees, how we all work full-time. And then there's people who were working full-time and have found so much success as a coach that they were able to quit their full-time job. There's people who coach part-time who are on the verge of going full time. And, you know, it's really about what you want to make of it. And the one thing I can say about the like-mindedness is that we are all just so like encouraging and uplifting and like no drama, that the more we, for me personally, this is the one thing that I just noticed one day, with all like the political crap that was going on during like election, is that like none of that stuff showed up on my feed, because I was always engaging with such positive people on my social media, that all like the negativity and all like the posts and the news stories and the things that just bring you down, they just like naturally don't show up on my social media feed anymore, because I'm just always talking and surrounding myself with just such positive and uplifting people. So that's what I love about who we are. Okay. Don't have time to coach. I mean, I've always said this about everything. To me, cliches are true. They're there for a reason. We all have the same 24 hours in the day. I mean, like, Jen was working 2 jobs. She's super busy with her family. We have kids. We're working full time. Like, we just make this a priority because it's important to us. I can tell you, for me, I don't sit around and like binge watch Netflix during the week anymore. And I'm perfectly happy doing that. Like, that is my choice. Like, I don't have to be this wellness coach, but I choose to be, and I want to be. So I'm perfectly happy sitting here right now instead of catching up on like Married at First Sight. So I just work in pockets of time. Like, it's really hard for me to be on my phone between 7:30 and 3 because I'm a school counselor. And like, I'm on Zoom sessions all day. you know, people at work following me. I can't really be posting during work time, but I post during my lunch. I check in with my challengers during my lunchtime. I get up super early because like I want to, and that's when I work out, do a little more work, and I do some work, you know, when the kids go to bed. So I make it work for me, and I think that's just how everybody does it. So it's all about how much you want to commit to it. There's no set time frame or like set quota or anything. There's no rules. You make it work for you. And you just learn as you go how to be more efficient and effective with your time.
I'm up, right? Big question for a lot of people. Obviously, this is a business first and foremost. So at the end of the day, you do have an opportunity to make money doing this. You can make as little or as much as you want over time. There are different ways that we make money. The first one would be commissions, which means off of your direct sales, you make 25%. So when you sign people up, and you get them started on their health and fitness goals, you make 25% of their purchase. And then as they continue to purchase, you'll make more commissions as they continue to purchase month after month after they decide how much they love all of the products. There are also bonus cycles, which without getting into the specifics, the better you do on the business side of it, you earn different ranks. And within those ranks, you get to make money off of your volume, which is probably talking another language. But if you decide, we'll definitely teach you all of it. No one knows that going up front. Actually, that's one of the best things about this business is you do things and then you learn as you do them, because nobody knows it all up front. There are also rank advancements and quarterly bonuses. When you hit certain ranks, the company gives pretty lucrative bonuses. They just came out this month and we saw there were some pretty nice numbers. One of the parts that I am dying for is the all-inclusive trips. There are trips every year, and when you earn what we call Success Club in your business, you can get that trip for free. I know Lisa has done it. I know that there have been, unfortunately due to COVID, a couple of cancellations, but we are all so ready for the trips to come up.
I can't wait for you guys to all go. I cannot wait for you to all come. It is like the best time, like so much fun. These are all girls on our team who I would have never known if I had all these girls in the picture, if I hadn't started coaching, and now some of them are my best friends. Like, seriously, the most incredible opportunity, and I could bring my entire family with me. and they pay for it all just for doing my job and helping people out. Like it's freaking awesome.
And the last thing that you can earn financially or physically is we get a lot of free swag. And if you follow any of us, whoever you follow, I'm sure you see us in all of our hoodies and t-shirts and tank tops. And it's stuff that we don't half the time we don't even realize we're getting. We see mail come and we're like, what is this? I didn't order anything. And then you open it up and you have this cool hoodie or cool snuggie or something like that. So it's actually really, really cool. It's like just a nice little bonus that the company gives you, and you don't even like take it into consideration. And then the next one is actually my favorite slide, because when I first started, I thought that who the heck is going to listen to me? I'm the heaviest I've ever been. And I'm in the red shorts. That's me on the left-hand side at my highest weight. And I was like, who's going to want to get fit from me? I'm not fit yet. And I learned through this that for the most part, you have an advantage if you're not totally, well, everybody has a different advantage, but for me, my advantage was that people message me and they're like, you know, I saw your whole journey. I saw you from start to where you are now. And that makes me think that I can do it too. So, and also if you look, the other transformation photo is Lisa, and Lisa actually won $500 for her transformation.
Yeah, that's another cool thing, is that they give you money too every now and then. Like, hey, try it, go for it, send in your results, and you can win money. Like, it really doesn't get much better than that. That picture of me on the left, that's when I started coaching. And I thought the same as Jen, like, how am I going to start coaching? But I knew I needed the extra accountability to stay where I was and not give up on myself. So it just ends up being that now with 3 kids, I look better now than I did after having one and being that hot mess of a person. And I understand, like, people say like, oh, you're always beautiful. You know, people are always saying that when you're on your health and fitness journey. And people will say to Rachel, like, oh, you don't have any weight to lose. Like, what are you trying to do? You know, it's not about losing weight all the time. I feel 1000% like a better person when I feel the way that I want to. Like in that picture of me on the left, I didn't feel like myself. I was like sad. I was like down in the dumps. I hated pictures. I ripped them up when I saw them. I don't have many. I took my clothes that I remember from that period of time and I wanted to freaking burn them because they reminded me of just like a dark time. And it's like I said, it's not always about being skinny or trying to lose weight. But it's about so much more than that too. And even Jen can say, like she said when she introduced herself, like this changed her life around, and it's absolutely
I just
true.
wanted to add, because I've been a watcher for so long, before I even had this in my head at all. Like I used to watch Lisa's stories and watch her work out at like 5 a.m. with her little freaking kids like up to, and I'm like, this isn't real. She's not actually like doing this. Like, I'm like, why can't I be like this? And the thing is, like, you can. You just need to find your tribe. I found my tribe. They push me to do the things that I have to do to get where I want to be. And that's how it happens. So, like, you know, if you're watching us and you're like, wow, you're so motivational and I wish I had your energy, you know, like, I don't find it from some secret treasure box, you know, like, this matters to me. I'm inspired by the people around me. I've made a commitment to this little team that I've built under me to show up for them. And that's kind of how it all happens. So you do have it within you. You just kind of need to make the decision to like go for it.
Absolutely.
Okay, guys, I think I'm up here. So this slide is what's in it for me. So when you become a coach, there's several, I guess we can call them perks, things that come along with being a coach. So first and foremost, you get a discount. So on all of the products, you get 25% off, which is awesome because when you're a coach, you need to be a product of the product. So I know all of us here, we have our favorites. I know that Rach and Jen love their Recover every morning. They make it into a pudding. I can't survive without my mama juice. So there's a ton of things that you will want to use daily, and you'll get a discount on them. So what's better than that, right? Next is that there's no quota or anything that you need to get that discount. You just need to be a coach. You just need to sign up as a coach and you get the discount. So easy peasy, right? Next thing you get is support, which Rach was just talking about. You're going to meet people in this world that you don't even know, that you may never meet in person. I mean, COVID has a lot of us, not able to see each other, but you're going to get that support even if you can't be with one another. We have our groups going, we have Facebook groups, we have bod groups, we have text message threads, we have Facebook Messenger. We are always in contact with each other. We're there for each other. Like Rach said earlier too, the loyalty is unmatched. Like you will not find it anywhere else. The next really fun thing is payday. So we get paid weekly every Thursday, which is today, is payday. So that's something to look forward to. And I know in one of the slides it said, like, what could you do with an extra $100? And that seems like so small, right? But I know when Lisa first started, she had like goals for her paycheck. And I keep that in my head too, because as I continue my coaching journey, that's changing for me as well. So like $100, all right, that's paying for my groceries. That's my Target trip this week, and then $200. What could $200 do in your week, in your life, in your world? What are you saving it for? Just recently, I put my account into a savings account. So I have a different goal now for my coaching checks, so that's going to change over time too. So it's really cool that it's weekly. You get chances to earn prizes and trips, which we went over with you guys, and really just a chance to organize your life, make the most of your time. And I think the slide before this, it was important to really get into, because it's not just about the photos. Like you want to inspire people, but you want them to be better, that you want them to do their personal development and work on themselves and organize their time and prioritize their time. And that's what coaching is, outside of just those before and after pictures. And sometimes I don't even like to call them before and after pictures. I just like to call them progress pictures, because you are a work in progress. There is not going to be just an after and then you stop. You meet the best people, which you guys are getting a little glimpse into our team today. And we're much bigger than just the 4 of us, but every single person is important. And they're literally like just the best group of people. Get in the best shape. That is, a huge benefit, because we all want to feel our best. It's not just about a number on the scale. I've stopped weighing myself a long time ago. It's a good tool, but you want to feel fit. You want to be strong. That's what I'm teaching my boys. Like today, my oldest Devin was in the car and he was like, I'm so tired from working out with you, Mom. And I'm like, when did you work out with me? And he's like, yesterday morning, but I'm so tired. And I'm like, yeah, but Mama likes you to work out. What does it do for you? And he says it makes him strong. You want to get in good shape. You want to stay healthy and fit. You want to be around for your kids, for your family. So, and then just a chance to change your life. Everybody, is doing it for different reasons. We all have similar goals, but they're not all the same. So, and they're going to change over time too. So it's really, it's an opportunity really for everyone. And the only regret I have is that I didn't do it sooner. So if you guys are like on the fence, you really just have to just go all in. It is what you want it to be, really.
You just said that and we're all like shaking our heads like, yes, like I really do wish I started sooner. I would be like so much in a better place right than I was. But you have to start somewhere, right? And I bet you every single one of us would say something different about how it changed their life, or how this organized my life, because I was super busy. Like I said, my husband was deployed. Like I was working 2 jobs, the full-time, the part-time. And then I have a lot of family, and we celebrate like a lot of things. So I was constantly just always doing something busy. And I was also started grad school when I started this. I had a crazy dog that gave me a lot of trouble at the time. And I knew like, how am I going to add coaching into the mix? Right. And I know Rachel is so good. Like, I can't give up my Netflix. Like, I need every now and then to have a show that I want to watch. Recently just finished Schitt's Creek. Such a good show. Oh my gosh, probably the best show that I have ever seen. I'm on to Virgin River now, but I still make time. That's like my selfish
Guilty-
time. That's what I call that.
Guilty
Like,
pleasure.
yes, my guilty pleasure. Yes. So if I need a night that I want to sit down and relax, and not focus on my job or my coaching work, if I'm done with what I need to do, then I can do it, And like we said, you allot the amount of time that you want to put into this, and that's what you're going to get out of it. Some people want to do this full time, so they put in full-time hours. And if you're doing it part-time, you're going to put in part-time hours. So it all really depends on what you want, but it definitely did organize my life, and it made me, and I always say this, but I know it sounds crazy, but it kind of made me have more time in a day, or feel like there was more time in a day, because I was just super specific with what I was doing with my time. And I learned that through coaching.
I also want to add, like, this was the best thing to come out of 2020. I've been very thankful and lucky that COVID didn't affect my family's health, but I just turned into a person who always saw the silver lining of 2020. And if you saw, whoever follows me, if you saw my post today, you'll see the awesome video that Jen put together of all of us, like passing along our magic juice, our mama juice, whatever we call it. And how, like, my tribe is one of the blessings of 2020. And it's just changed my mindset. And I think that that's the difference between just participating as like a challenger and participating as a coach. Because when you're a coach, you're pushed to always grow. And like Lauren said, do personal development, and just really like be reflective and just reach a higher level as a person. And doing that has helped me get through 2020 and see the silver linings. And it's just been such a good like life coping mechanism that I think that, is beneficial whether you're in a pandemic or not, like always knowing how to grow and be the best version of you. And that's something that I don't know I would have done as a regular challenger.
Yeah,
I think that's like a common theme between all of us, that coaching has allowed us to hold ourselves accountable. Like I said, when I introduced myself, I've done Beachbody, but I was never consistent. Well, I'd let myself down. Who cares? It's just me. But now I have to hold myself accountable because I'm putting myself out there to try and help somebody else in their journey. And if I don't show up, how can I expect somebody else to show up? So putting yourself out there as a coach also helps you internally grow as a person and get in the best shape of your life. I mean, it's a win-win.
Even during COVID, like people were texting. I have a group text with my girlfriends, and they're like, "Oh, this sucks. This is the worst." Blah blah. And I was always like, either on a call and on a call doesn't mean like we're sitting there learning or whatever, but we'll sit and have a glass of wine or just kind of like be hanging out. And I'm like, I feel like I never felt that. Like, we do group workouts on the weekends on Zoom, and everybody would chat first. Like, we started with our team like a Saturday coffee talk where we kind of just shoot the shit, talk about what we're going to do, what our meal plan looks like for the next week, check in on our challengers, see how our groups are going, reassess things. But it's fun. Like this, it doesn't seem like work at all. And I constantly say like, oh, I just wish I could do this all the time. So yeah, like it really did totally change the way that life could have looked like if we weren't a coach during 2020.
Okay, this is still me, guys. So I am not a good salesperson. Well, good, because neither are we. And if we needed to be, we would not be doing this job. So first things first, we don't sell, we share. So I think we kind of touched on that as we've been going along. We share what's working for us, and not just like all the, highlights of our life, like our happy day to day, everything's going well. No, we share, our struggles. And if, I actually, and it happened today, and I bought a bag of Doritos at Walgreens because I wanted them. And I talked to myself the entire car ride to pick up my kids to not eat them. Like, that's a struggle. Like, you share stuff like that. We're not eating, we're not drinking shakes all day and just like eating broccoli and hummus all day long. Like, we're normal people, things don't go right. And we're not selling you guys anything. We're just telling you what the products do for us, how they help our lives, and just sharing our journey, sharing our lives with you. Personal development, we went over that. And that's what Lisa just talked about. You know, we're on Zooms together. We are sharing what books we're reading, what podcasts we're listening to, always just trying to be a better version of ourselves. And then, hold on, I gotta move you guys over a little bit here. We just invite our friends to join us. I mean, that's what you'll start with when you start your coaching journey. You know, you'll just invite the people around you, like Rachel said, you know, her coworkers saw it in her. You don't even have to like physically say, hey, come join me. Hey, come do this workout. You know, people are going to see the change in you and they're going to ask you, what are you doing? Like, let me get in on that. And, you know, you just will just invite them and tell them what's working. And I guarantee you, you'll find people and they will want to be a part of this. And if they don't, they're crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love how it says too, if you went to a restaurant you loved, you would tell your friends, right? So I always kind of say that, like, yeah, I went to a BYO a couple weeks ago and I was like, oh my gosh, this place was so good. I told everybody we're always looking for good BYOs to go to. And I'm like, this place was like incredible. So why then sometimes as coaches, like, you know, still get scared sometimes asking people like, hey, does this seem like something that you want to do? You know, even though they're reaching out, like we're not annoying people, you know? So, and then they're like, yes, like I always think if somebody hadn't asked me, hey, do you want to join me in this? I would still be there like staring at their posts like, oh, I want to do this, but I'm too much of a baby to reach out to them. So, and I used to I was like a habitual liker. I'm like, I like her post, like her post. If she reaches out, I'll say, I'll do it, but I'm not going to like go for it, you know? And that is how I was for like an entire year before I started T25. Freaking, I don't even know how long ago, like 10 years ago, honestly. So if somebody didn't tell me about this or any of us about this, like our lives would be way different, like we just said, than they are right now.
And I think one big thing is I get a lot of people say, oh, I'm afraid to post or I'm nervous to post. Probably for the first good 2 months when I first started posting, I probably wanted to throw up every time I was about to press send. So none of us are like naturally like, oh, let me share my workout selfie or my sweaty selfie. It's something you learn and you get better at as you go. And to be honest, one thing that makes me better and makes me want to do it are the private messages I get from people that are like, thank you so much for sharing your journey. It's so motivating. Please don't stop posting. Because people won't post that too much on your page, but you will get those private messages. And that's what makes me say like, wow, I'm really doing something great and I'm really helping a lot of people. Even if they don't join me on Beachbody, they're saying, oh, I went out for a run. People message me, hey, I went out for a run. And I'm like, great job. You know, so like you're inspiring people that you don't even know that you're doing. So it is hard to start posting, but once you get going, you get good at it.
Yeah, I didn't even have a Facebook. I didn't even have a Facebook, guys. Like you can totally do this.
So funny. And you'll learn how to do all of it through our coach training. So the best thing about this is that, yes, you're in business. This is your business, you know, and it's your business on your own. Like you have your own fitness business now, but we're all together helping each other out. And Rachel said this earlier, like I used to call our team page, which we have a team page, I used to call it my happy place because everybody is just so nice and so helpful. And I just absolutely loved it. So when you say you want to decide to be a coach, it's not like we're like, all right, great. We do send you a welcome email. They'll have some stuff in there. And we put you into a new coach training. It's not like, okay, you're a coach. Go check out the online office and just figure it out. And cool, good luck. No, it's not like that. Like this video over here on the phone is our new coach training that we have people in right now that started in January. And you will get into your own new coach training. You have a call with your coach that brought you on to the team and their upline, which their upline means their coach, and just show you the ropes and kind of teach you exactly everything. And everyone is always there for you. It's not just your coach, whoever you are signing up with, or it's not just their coach either. It's the entire team. We have a team of over 400 people that are willing to help and be there and answer any questions that you have. So, like I said, you'll get the welcome email. Our online office has like a million things that you can check out and learn. Google could be your best friend. All the answers are there, but everything is laid out for you. So we are here to help you throughout the entire way. And how much does it cost? So this is what I know people are always thinking, as if you're deciding that you want to start this business, you know, how much am I going to have to pay? Like, how much is this? I know some of the companies out there are like, you have to pay startup fees. There's no fees with us, no startup fee. And you can even do this, like we said earlier, there's no quota to reach or anything. So you just buy your challenge pack, which I know most of you that are watching right now, if you're watching live in the Facebook group, just comment and say if you bought, if you already have a challenge pack, if you already have Beachbody On Demand, if you're already drinking Shakeology or Energize, let me know what you have right now. And most of you that are watching probably already have bought a challenge pack in the past. If not, our challenge packs range from $160 to $220. And that's not just like some fee that you have to pay. You're getting your workouts live on demand for an entire year. So you don't have to pay any gyms or anything like that. And you're also getting 30 meals with your superfood shake, or your performance line, or both of them if you want. So it really depends on what you want and what's best for you, and your coach will help you decide what that is. But the value that you get when you join us is freaking insane. Like I always say, like they should be charging double because you're getting so much bang for your buck. And our challenge pack is just like I said, you get the Beachbody On Demand and whatever you choose to get with that. And ask your coach, they can hook you up with whatever it is. And that's it. Every month you get your products, whatever you like. I also like these little boosts that go in your shake. I get those. I get a ton of things. I get a lot of shipments to my house. There's also an option to like, because I get like probably 20 different products a month. I know it's crazy. There's an option to hide the price on the shipping thing. I'm like, oh yeah, if I'm going to do like 20 this month, let me hide that for my husband. No, he really doesn't care. He uses it too. My whole family uses it. My kids drink Shakeology every day. There's one specifically formulated for kids and we all drink that too. I mean, if I showed you my kitchen right now, I have every flavor of Shakeology you could ever want. But we're pretty much obsessed with it. And you'll learn about what it actually is and what all of the ingredients in it do for your body. And once you learn that, you can't help but to share with other people like what this does for you. And it's pretty much a family affair like we were talking about. So yes, your kids are going to end up wanting to join you and they're going to see you like, what is mommy doing? And sometimes it's annoying and sometimes it's the best thing in the world. But I could also just be finding a babysitter to go to a gym and leaving my kids with the babysitter, working out at the driving to the gym, working out, paying a monthly fee, and then driving back to pick them up from the babysitter. And they're missing all of that and they're not getting that connection. It's a no-brainer for me that this is what works. I was at a gym for 13 years, the same gym. I cried when I was 3 years into coaching and I finally canceled my membership, and I cried that day because I loved my gym so much. I really did. I'm not like a gym knocker. I'm not going to say like, no, gyms are terrible. I loved it. But I never saw any results. I didn't see any kind of results like I saw when I started this, and I got instant results. And I was following. It's not only that you're going to a gym and you're working out, but there's a nutrition plan that comes with it too. There's, it tells you exactly what to eat when and how to do it. And your coaches are giving you tips and putting you in a challenge group that is keeping you accountable, and everybody's helping each other out. And it's just pretty freaking amazing. Jen is over there with her mom. Jen, how old is your mom? Her mom works out there every day.
My mom's 64 and she also has some health conditions, and her joining me and getting and staying healthy is one of the most important parts for me because I want my mom to be here forever. So.
Yeah, it's really incredible. That's my little daughter up there at the computer. So they'll sit with me and try, and I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm doing work. And I'm like, yeah, okay. But I love that I'm not only teaching them to be healthy and fit, but teaching them work ethic at such a young age. Like it's so important for me anyway, as their mom, to be able to share that with them. There's a picture, Lauren and Devin right down there. Dev, you see yourself up there? And Rachel and her son, and me and my kids. My friend Jenna, she's on our team, and her husband works out with her every day. Jen's got her dog Layla that's with her all the time, doing a nice little downward dog pose. But it really is so incredible when it all comes together and you see this happening, and it's just like, wow, like I did this, like I built this, I created this for my family, and it's the best feeling ever. So I'm going to open this up to some questions. If anybody has questions, you can post them in our Facebook group. I'm going to check right now and see who we have. Anybody want to add anything? Payday. Yeah, every Thursday payday is really the best thing. So, and we get paid for, like we said, commission. Commission is like the least of the things. You'll see sometimes in your paycheck, and I've been coaching for almost 6 years and I still don't understand everything. But you'll see sometimes I'll see this money pop up. And I'm like, ooh, I didn't know. Ooh, like that's cool. And you realize all of the things, and your coach will help you with this too. All the different ways that you can make money. And these girls that are on the call right now, Jen and Rachel and Lauren, they are freaking awesome. Like I can't even tell you, even to listen to them just makes me so happy. And I'm just so proud of them for going against the grain, for saying yes, and for just doing everything that I kind of taught them how to do, and that my coach taught me how to do, that I'm doing, So it's just a really amazing feeling. And I hope that you are listening and watching, and that you are going to be the next one to join our team. I actually have, if anybody saw my story today, an incentive for anybody that is joining our team. You're going to get a prize from me. Just let your coach know today, and I would love to send you a new coach gift if you are ready to join us. And if not, feel free to ask as many questions as you want, reach out to us, post it in the group, and we will be here to answer them throughout the weekend. It's Thursday weekend. And that's really it. Barb said accountability is real. Seriously, being a coach makes you want to show up and push yourself that much harder. Absolutely.
Yep, 100%.
All right, so if that's it for now, 50 minutes, that was pretty good. Good job, girls. Thank you for hosting with me. I am going to stop sharing and let's see, stop our live stream. So thank you everybody for joining us. Bye.